Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. If this is the first time watching, hope you enjoy the show. Well, we got a good show for you today, a really extra special one. You know, I live in Michigan, and just outside of Flint, Michigan. And just outside of Flint, Michigan, there's also there's a little town called Grand Blanc. And, well, I've been buddying up with a guy over there at Grand Blanc Music. And, well, the other day he had a guy walk into the store with a bunch of stuff, bunch of parts, like some boxes and stuff like that, and said, "Here, I need you to make this into a guitar." So the first thing he did is he called me up and he said, "Hey, Mr. Mojo Man, I got a guitar for you to put together, and why don't you come over and pick it up?" You know. So I says, "Okay." We'll go on over there, and we picked it up, and well, I haven't even unwrapped it yet. It's kind of an unboxing, and I hear it's a neck and a body and some parts and stuff like that, you know. But I haven't even looked at it. Don't know what it looks like. Can't see it. So, you know, we're going to see what it looks like together. And so I think this is going to be an extra special build for us because, you know, it's just, you know, it's just going to be an extra special build. I think it's going to turn out real nice. So, tell you what, let's go. Let's see what we got. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to scan down. Oh, look at that. This looks like we got some bubble wrap and a box with a lot of yellow tape on it. And another box that's got the tag on it from the Grand Blanc Music. So it looks like Boxo parts. What do you think's in that one? Huh? Take a wild guess. Guitar neck, maybe? And what do you think we got over here? Maybe, possibly it could be a guitar body. But we don't know what kind, we don't know what style, we don't know anything else about it. Just the guy showed up with it. And I got a feeling we're going to be in for a surprise. So, what do you say? We take this on over here, and we unwrap all this stuff and see what we got here, huh? It's what we're going to turn it into. And you know, I just got a feeling that this is going to be an extra special guitar because I've been, you know, studying into a few little things and trying to just, I got a couple of extra little ideas, little just, you know, and sometimes it's just those little things you do that make a big difference. So we're going to do a couple little different things to this that's going to make a big difference to this guitar. So what do you say? We take this on over to the bench and we get started on this one. And this is going to be kind of a short video. We're not going to spend, you know, 2 hours working on this thing here. So, all right, we'll get it in, get it out, get it playing so you can see what it's like. Bam. Alrighty. My camera is dropping. There we go. Ooh, dog, look at that. Well, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. Look at that. Wonder what this is. I'm wondering what order we should do it in. What do you think? You know, want to look at the parts first? We'll look at the neck first, okay? Look at the neck first. That way maybe we'll get a little hint on what the body is. Okay, so we'll set the body over here. The parts over there. Looks like they just got some tape on it. Say we take the tape off here. Looks like some Chinese writing on there. Let's see what we got. Take the tape off. Down here, down here. That's still wrapped up. Look at that there. Look at that. Still wrapped up. You know, I kind of like these little styrofoam coffins that they put. I mean, it's, you know, it's made the thing, you know, like when a chipson comes in. This looks like it's wrapped up like a chipson would be, you know, in that big block of styrofoam. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to tell you the truth, because it'll take a lot of abuse and still come out looking nice. Okay, so we got a, look at it, she's wrapped up in the stuff. What do we got? Woo, dog. Look at that. That sucker says Fender on it. Oh, but that's got a decal on it already? Okay. That's not how it goes on there, you chuckleheads. That original custom body goes down here. See, they don't got it right. See? I don't know if you can see that. The original custom body part, that goes down here. And then this is up there like that. And I don't think it sits in there just like that either. Maybe. Hopefully that's not stuck down. No, that's a water decal. Oh, they already put they already have the decal out. I'm gonna have to, yeah, take care of this real good. So let me set this over here. I mean, that's like paper. That's like less than paper thin. Oh, that just peeled off. Okay, now we can put that on the right. I can go ahead and paint this and, you know, get some stuff on it. Look at it. It's gonna need some holes drilled for the body. You know, mount it, but that's a nice looking little neck. It's got some fret sprout. It needs to be gone over and it's drier than 2 bones. But it looks like a nice neck. I don't know why they didn't go with a maple neck though. Everybody gets these rosewood necks. Okay, so it's a Fender neck. Okay, one down. In fact, I think what I'm gonna do is I'll put it right back in its little sleeve. That's what we're calling it, a sleeve. Not a giant condom. Neck condom. Alright. Whoo, dog, what do you say? I can't take it no more. We gotta look at this body. Uh-oh. I'm kind of getting a picture of the... Can you kind of get an idea what color it is? I mean, it's kind of loud. Yes, it is a green color. What kind of green color is it? Man, look at this thing. Put a dead body in here. Look at this. You know how much fun a kid would have? I would say I should wrap this up and give it to my kid for Christmas. Whoa, look at that. Can you see? Can you see? I'm going to tighten it on a little bit. Can you see? That's wide now. Whoa. Alright, we're out. Some of us are a little farther out than the rest. Right here. Oh my. Oh my. Let me put it this way. You guys remember back in the 70s, 60s and 70s when they used to have all that, like, motorcycle helmets that were like metallic, color like red and blue and stuff, and like dune buggies were that metallic, and you know, a lot of cars were metallic. I mean, the real big, thick, heavy metallic. You know, yeah, this reminds me of. Oh, like a Schwinn Stingray bike. This I swear I think this is Schwinn Stingray bike. Metallic green. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at that. Do you realize how beautiful that is? I mean, that's a freaking work of art. Look at that. And who made this? Looks like some XGP. Whoa, not the camera, we're doing it. XGP is what it looks like. Look at that, and it's got the gold. And you know, I don't know if you've caught on to this yet, but it's not a trim. It's a hardtail Strat, baby. Nobody's playing around here. You know how I love my hardtail Strats. I got one over here right now. You guys. This here is my hardtail Strat right here. You know, the one that was in the fire. I haven't done a video on this one yet, I don't think. But you know, see? And it's got the burnt up neck. The neck that was in the fire. You know? Man. I love me some hardtail Strats. And this one is, oh my gosh, good. With the gold hardware on there. And you know what? I got a sneaky feeling that gold hardware right there might not be the only gold hardware we have in here. Because I see some gold screws. And I see some other gold, you know, gold parts. So maybe. But dude, that's... takes my breath away. Takes my breath away. Most beautiful. Okay. It's going to be a pleasure. Going to be a pleasure. Okay. Let's see what we have in here. Ha 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 ha. More gold stuff. Looks like we got some strap locks. Let's tighten in a little bit here. Looks like we got some strap locks. And woo! Dog! Man. This guy ain't playing around. I don't know who this is. I think his name's Jay. Look at that cover right there. You can see I give it a turn around there. That's badass. I don't think I've ever seen one like that before. That sucker is whoa, dog. If I get this thing hooked up right and looking, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And he's got the nice gold strap buttons there, okay? What halfway here? A real nice 5-way switch. And then we got the little string trees. The little, looks like I don't know if they're the roller string trees. Yeah, they are the little roller string trees. Little roller string trees. Okay, what's next on the agenda here? Let's see what else we have. Something wrapped up in painter's tape. Is this maybe? Or it could be. Yeah, it looks like this is a SH. Oh, it is a Seymour Duncan. And I'm going to take a picture of this. Maybe use it for the thumbnail. Look at that. Ooh, dude, dog. And then we got another Seymour Duncan split rail humbucker. I think that's what they call them. Split rail humbucker. I mean, I got one in the guitar that I just showed you, and I really like it. It's got I put it in the neck position, and I got it down low. And it really does, it gives it the guitar a nice, mellow position to play in. And I think that's what this will do. This gives it the crunch, the mean and nasty Strat sound that you really want, and this one's going to give it the soft and supple, you know, nice, beautiful sound. Okay, so let's get these put back in there and see where Duncan. You not even look at the back of it. It's like somebody scratched something out of it. Looks like it says 15.2 on it. Probably where they just. They don't really say nothing on it. Oh, it's a 100 LR. And this is a SCR and 1 neck. Whatever. A couple of nice Seymour Duncans. I'm sure they're going to sound really good. Seymour Duncan, he don't be playing around. He makes some good stuff. You know. All right. Do some little ones. We'll leave that. I get to peek in the box ahead of you. Ooh, dog, look at that. Nice gold output plate. Gold output plate. Everything says, I don't say, that's a Geiker. I don't say Fender on it, but it says Geiker. The Do Pro. I guess he wants me to make this a push-pull. Because that's a push-pull pot. Putting that in there. And our output jack, $2.19. Let me see what else we got over here. Got a couple of, we got our eyelets for the back of the guitar so the strings go through there. Okay. And we got our Fender locking tuners. Look at there. Fender locking tuners. There we go. Yep. I see the light right there. Those are really nice. Those are going to go on there real nice. Okay. Well. I got some questions and stuff. He's got one pot here. And a 5-way switch. So I got to ask him what he wants to do with this. If he wants to make this just go, You know, 5-way switch, and then straight out through this pot, no tone. In my humble opinion, would be a terrible mistake. This pick guard, let's break this body back out again. Put it up. It's too beautiful. This pick guard don't got no holes in it for controls or nothing like that. So I guess I'm doing that. So I got to figure out if he wants, you know, just one control. That's why there's only one control in there. You know, you can do it like that, but I don't know. I'd kind of like to have a tone button on if it was me. But that stuff can be kind of confusing too. Sometimes you just, you know, straightforward is your best bet. And maybe that's the theme with this guitar. That's why it's a hardtail. Because it's just going to be, it's beautiful, but it's just straightforward. So a push-pull, you know. So I guess he wants to split phase one of the pickups is going to be split phase, and the other one's just going to be regular. And what's he got oh, he's got a 3-way switch. So I thought it was a 5-way switch. It's a 3-way switch. So, yeah, sounds like that's what he wants to do. Maybe that's, I got to make sure that's what he wants to do. But before we get into that, we will call him and check and make sure that everything's on the kosher static. You know, everything's good to go. But man, I just can't get over how beautiful that gold is. I mean, that's ooh, sexy. So, yeah, that's it for the box. It's all the parts. It's all the goodies. I think it's gonna turn out real nice. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Tell you what, be right back. We're gonna get started on this baby. Hey. Alrighty. First thing we're going to do with this build here is we're going to start off with the neck. Now you saw that we had we took a look at all the parts of the body and stuff like that. Well, I think the best place to start is the neck. This is a brand new neck, and it doesn't have any holes drilled in it except for the holes for the tuners. You know, it doesn't have any holes for the, you know, for the body or anything like that. It's, you know, it's a brand new neck. It has some sealer over the top of it. But it also has some really nice wood grain. Look at the nice wood grain right there on the back. And on the front too, right there. It really, really looks nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this a staining. And what I'm going to do first, I'm going to sand it down real good, you know, because it has some sealer on there. So we're going to sand all the sealer off there and stuff. We're going to get it all sanded down real nice. Wipe it down, and then we're going to put some stain on there. And I got a little bit of little stain right here. It's just sort of a, what's it say it is? Oh, colonial maple. So it's going to look like a maple neck. So we're going to put a little bit of that on there, and it's really going to bring out the grain of the wood and stuff like that. And once we get that done, we're going to put a coat of clear over this. And once we get a coat of clear on it, then we can put our decal on. He's got a Fender decal right there. We're going to put that down there, put a little right down there. And then we're going to put some more clear on it and, you know, do whatever else we have to do to it to get the finish on it. So we're going to put the finish on it first, get the name on it, all that kind of good stuff. And then we can go ahead and mess with the fretboard and doing, you know, getting the neck the way it's supposed to be. So once I get this sanded and stained, I'm going to sand it and stain it, and I'll be right back. Well, we're all ready to start staining. We got our stain here. I put down this blue rag. Kind of keeps our surface a little bit cleaner. And I'm just using a little foam brush here. And we're just going to dip a little bit of it in there right there. We'll start down here at this end. Down here. We'll just kind of brush it on. Sanded it down pretty good, I hope. Hope good enough to take some stain. We're just going to kind of cover it all over. And I'm using the foam brush, that way I can kind of keep control over where it's going. So I get right up, like up against that. Right there, and up against the fretboard real good, you know. And we're just going to leave this stain on there for a minute. Make sure we get it all over the place here real good. Takes a minute for it to kind of sink in. Let it sink. Do its thing here. We'll keep on it going. Right on down the neck. We don't have to worry about the fretboard, the side of the fretboard. The only thing I want to do is stay away from the nut. I don't want to get any on that. But other than that, if we leave it on the side of the fretboard, it's not going to hurt a dang thing. Okay? So we're just going to bring out the natural niceness of this wood here. And once we get going over this with the brush once, we'll go over it again with the brush. Well, we'll just kind of work it in, you know, so we get a nice even coat, and then we will wipe it off. Yep, it's going real good. It's stanky too. Yeah. All right. So we got it all over the place here, pretty much. All right, we're gonna do the back here. One time. We'll flip it over. And we'll do the front one more time. Put it down there like that. And it's sort of a balancing act. You know, you're trying to get it all over the place. We're working it one more time. Then we'll quick wipe it off. Let's see what we get. Excuse me. Sometimes that stain kind of gets you. Gets you right by the boo. Alright. There we go right there. Okay, we're letting it go. And now we're just going to wipe it off. See what she does. Oh. Watch. Keep how. That looks nice. That looks real nice. Ooh. My edges got a little bit. Well, I think I need to let it stay on there a little bit longer. I need to do something a little bit different. It's not taking to it enough. I'm not getting enough on there. So what I'm going to do here is we'll take a piece of this steel wool after this. See if we can't just kind of bring the stuff out a little bit. I want it to be a little bit more red than that. Some places it was taking the red a little bit more. Some places it wasn't. So I'll go with the steel wool one more time, and this time maybe we'll do things a little bit different. Tell you what, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. We've been wrestling around with this neck a little bit, and we had to get it right. I tried to stain it, but it didn't want to take to the stain too well. But here we go right here. Here's how far we got. Let's take a look at this. Are you ready? Look at that. That's this Fender Stratacaster right there. You know, this doesn't have a synchronized tremolo on it. It says it does. But, you know, that's just the sticker. I forgot to take that part off. Here we go. We got the front. We got the back. Back looks beautiful too. Look at the nice grain in the wood. We can go ahead and take the tape off it now. You can see how nice that logo looks. You know, you can still see the edge of the logo a little bit. No, it's not perfect. But, you know, the neck hasn't had anything done to it yet. Except for the back. The back's been sprayed all down, nice and shiny. It's going to be nice and smooth. Feel real nice once we get done with it, okay? We're going to let this set for a little bit. I'm going to let this neck set for about a day or so. We're going to give it a little bit of a going over, a little bit of a polishing, a little wet sanding, just to kind of, you know, buff it up, polish it up real nice so it looks beautiful. Then we'll stick. Then we're going to do our do the setup on it, get it all straight, do the fretboard and the frets and all that good stuff. But for now, while it's sitting, put it over here. We're going to go ahead and get on this right here. What I got to do is I got to take this pick guard off here. I just thought I'd bring this thing out. It's just so beautiful. Look how that light just glimmers off there. Watch out! Oh, look at that! Bam! You know, the pick guard, bam! You know, we're gonna take the pick guard off here. We're gonna get the pickups all mounted. We're gonna load this sucker up so it's ready to go. Bam! Right in there. Okay. We're gonna get us a wire that goes from the control box to the bridge over here and stuff like that. We're gonna take the bridge off here. Make sure we got everything straight, and then we're going to start putting this thing together. So let me go ahead and take the pick guard off here, and I'm going to get all the other stuff out, all the components that go on it and in it and stuff like that, and get all organized. And I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back, and well, I went a little farther than what I thought I was going to have to, or what I said I was going to. We pretty much got her all put together here. I had to go in and make this hole a little bit bigger, just massage this out a little bit, and I had to find some screws for this one because it didn't come with any screws, and we had to figure out how we were going to wire this thing because I got one push-pull pot, and he wants to split every last one of both these. He wants to get it so you can split them or play them straight, so I had to figure out how to do that, and I got that all figured out, and now we're just going to go ahead and have to do all the wiring on this, and we've got to figure out where I'm going to get a knob from. Probably just have to dig one up out of my knobs. I think I got a couple. And we're going to go ahead and do the wiring on this. So I'm not going to go through the wiring on it because it's kind of complicated. So, but I'm going to get it so it's about ready to go here. So give me just a little bit. And when I get it all wired and ready to put back on, we'll go from there. Well, we got it all installed, all soldered up, all finished up. We got it all installed there. All I gotta do is put the tips on there, put the knob on there, and I got the wire sticking out for the output jack. Got me a little wire there for the bridge to ground out the bridge there, and we're moving forward. So we're gonna keep on going, and we're gonna do a little bit more on this a little bit later. And I think the next thing is to start working on the neck here a little bit. We'll be right back. Alrighty. We are still in the process of working on the pick guard and getting things together, and so I'm waiting on a part, and we're going to move on to the neck. We're going to start the neck. We're going to start getting this thing together, start getting it ready to go, start getting it in there. And first of all, I wanted to take a look at the headstock. I think that turned out really, really nice. As you can see, you can still, the little nose right there, you still see the line from the logo a little bit, but you know, it's looking pretty good on the back there. It's looking real nice, and we still gotta get it mounted in there and drill the holes in it, you know, for the screws and everything. But the back of it, man, it's got some nice little wavy grain through there. Anyways, we're gonna get started on the face of it here. Start getting the thing off it, and I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit tighter. All right. Now, first thing we're going to do is maybe I'll widen out just a wee bit. Okay, right there. We're going to see if this neck is level here. And what we do is I take my straight edge here, and this is a straight flat edge across here, okay? Perfectly flat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it across the top of these frets right here down the middle, and I'm going to take this little tiny paper thin feeler gauge here. See how thin that is? You can't hardly see it on the. It just disappeared, didn't it? See, it's so thin. It's the thinnest one in the bunch. Okay, and I'm gonna take this right here, and I'm gonna stick it across here, and I'm gonna put this between the fret and the straight edge on every last one of these frets, and I'm gonna sit it around here. And if it goes underneath there, that means that it's low. And I'm gonna keep going all the way until. Now, see, it's slipping underneath on the end down here. If you can see that right down here on the end. Now, I know there's some fall away, but right through here, see, you can see, just tighten it a little bit. Right there. I can slide out just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. See, we're sliding underneath here. So you can see that. See, right up till we get about right here. See, that's sliding under, but that's underneath. Right here, on that fret, I can't get it. And I'm just holding this, I'm not pressing down or doing anything like that. We'll keep going all the way up here and down, down. See? And so we're touching here. We're touching everywhere. But it does fall off just a little bit towards the end. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to widen out just a little bit more. I'm going to take a little bit, I think it's a little bit high in the middle, just a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my truss rod and my Allen wrench here. I think this is the one. Yep, it sure is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this. See, the tighter the truss rod is, the more of a hump it's going to make. So if it's high in the middle, I want to loosen the truss rod just a little bit so that it takes it down just a wee bit. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of put a little bit of weight on it. Lift it up with this hand. You guys have seen me do this. Put a little weight on it, and I can kind of feel it moving a little bit, you know. And maybe if I get a little bit of, if it starts going underneath here in the middle, then I can tighten it back up just a little bit to bring it up. Because it's sort of like on a string. When you should always tune up to the note instead of down to the note. So that makes it tight, you know. Sort of. All right, let's give it another whirl here. See where we're at down here. Still a little bit high. Still right there. I'd like to see it. Oh, there, that one's going underneath there. So is that one. But not that one. Let's see. Looks like we might have a high fret, low fret situation. Alright, I think I'm going to take just a little bit more out of it. Yeah, come on. Get in there. Just pull that out. There we go. We'll try to get it in over here on this side. There we go. Alright. Give that a little massaging it down a little bit. Anyway, we're going to keep on doing this. One more time here. Let's see how we're doing. Alright, I'm still hitting on the end. And it's a little bit open in the middle. I'm hitting down here. I'm still down there. Okay. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to tighten this up just a little bit. Take that, whatever I had in there, I'm going to take it back out. Okay? Right about there. Right there. Let's try this one more time. Right. So now this time we're going to do it the opposite way. I think I might just tighten it up even a little bit more. So that feels like it's right at the end of it. Jeez. Won't get in there. Alright, yeah, now that feels like it's starting to tighten. Okay? So maybe I was just... Oh, now I was rocking. Alright. Well, anyway, we're going to keep fooling around with this until we get it perfect. Okay? And I think maybe right about right there is going to do it. Seems like it's very responsive to, you know, adjustments, which is good. Now let's try it right here. Okay. Yep, I think I want to just go right about there, okay? Right about there. Let's try that. I like that right there. Okay, that looks good. Boy, that is about the most responsive truss rod I've ever seen. Okay. All right, so we got this where we want it. As flat as we can possibly get it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this black marker here. You know, the routine, we're going to go over the top of these frets here. Then we're going to take our leveling sander and our leveling, beam here. And we're going to go over the top of these frets and we're going to remove all that marker. And that's how we know when it's level. And that's how we know that it's perfectly level all the way across the board here. So that's going to be one of our first moves. And we just take this marker here and we just, kind of lay it against the little edge of the thing so I don't get it on the fretboard. But if we do get a little on the fretboard, it's no big deal. And this marker's kind of running out of gas. Maybe time for a new marker. Better sell some guitars. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do that. And get the marker around all these frets here. Now the ones towards the end, you're probably not going to worry about those too much because on most guitars, the frets sort of dive down a little bit. They get a little bit lower towards the, the bottom of the neck. Down here at this end, right about here, they start what's called, they fall off, I guess you could say. They get a little shorter down here. So you have a little more gap. So we don't really worry about that because that's normal. Okay, we're going to take our leveling beam here and we're just going to set the, see, I can set this one down here. I can set this down because, see, this neck is sitting perfectly flat and everything's cool. So we can just kind of go over the top of it like that. And I'm just going to kind of go over it a little bit. Back and forth. I'm going to put my fingers where the edge is so I know where the edge is. Okay. I'm just going to set it, go back and forth here. Okay. And now, I'm going to get out my magnifying glass here. I'm going to take a good look at these frets, each one of them. Get right down there and see. Yeah, that one's been cutting. And that one's almost cutting. But the one in the middle there starts getting towards the middle. They're not cutting yet. So we got a little bit to go. We got just a little bit to go. There were a few low frets. So it wasn't perfect. So we're going to, because this is a brand new neck. So it's never had a leveling done to it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go back and forth here. Not trying to take off a whole lot. Trying to keep it nice and, And I'm just going to go over with one hand and hold it down with the other. And we'll go back and forth and back and forth. And then we'll go like this until we get all the marker off these top of these frets. So when I get that done, I'll be right back. Alright, we got her all leveled out. It's perfect. There's no marker across any of those frets. It took a half a minute, but it's a fresh job. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to, when we leveled these frets, we made the tops of them flat. We don't want flat tops. We want something with a little bit of a point on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our fret file right here, and we're going to go over it, and we're going to put a new point on the top of that. And this fret file, I think these are jumbo frets, so we're going to go with our biggest one right here. And we're just going to sort of put it on there. And we're going to kind of go by feel. Because, now you can take some marker and put it on there if you want to, and then file it down until it's just a tiny little line. You can do that. But I just kind of do it by, and I've done enough of these where I can do it by hand. I just kind of do it till it's smooth. I can feel it cut. And then when it starts getting smoothed out, like it is right there, I know I've probably gotten it right down to where I need to be. And I'm going to go all over all these frets, doing that, just kind of taking the top of them off, kind of make a little point on there. I can feel each one. Some of them don't really need a whole lot, and some of them need a little bit more, because some were a little bit high and some were a little bit low. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish this up and we'll go all the way across there. And then what I'm going to do after that, I might as well show you the next step too. Let's see here. Oh, fact, I should have that file over here. I sure do. Right there. We're going to take this little tiny jeweler's file. You see this thing is just, and it's got those two sides, these, it's a triangle, and those two sides, there's nothing on them. It's completely bare of any file stuff. But you put it on that side right there, that's where all the file junk is. And that's why I use this one. So what I'm going to do, let's zoom in a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and see this is rough along here, so I'm going to take this, I'm just going to sort of file those ends over a little bit. Oh, you see it right there. I'm sorry. File that end over there a little bit. We're just going to kind of round that over. And then we'll bring it on around. We'll do that to each one of these fret ends, both on this side and the other side. And as you can feel that, that feels a lot smoother right there when you put your finger over it. Right there, we took the sharpness off of it. And what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make this edge along here that your hand slides upon. I need to widen out a little bit. There. The part that when you slide your hand over it, we don't want you to feel this. If you feel this now, or you did that the nylon stocking test, you know, where you put a nylon over your hand and you run across there, it would shred it like, you know, like cabbage. So what we're doing is we're filing off all these fret ends here, and you can tell that's the one we did right there, just because the rest of them are all sharp. So we'll make sure that's smooth. So when you slide your hand down there, it's like, oh man, I can't feel nothing. You don't want to feel sharp, you know. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and crown these off. That's what we're gonna crown the frets, and then we're gonna file the fret ends down. And when I get done with that, I'll be back. Appreciate you. All right, folks, I'm back. I told you I would be. Oh, you thought I was lying. Well, anyways, here's the progress we got. I've been working on this thing for about the last hour now. And basically what we did is we went over and we leveled the frets all real nice, you know, got them all level. And then we crowned them so they were real nice and, I had a little point on them. Well, what we did is we went over and we got the fret ends so they're real nice and smooth. I mean, they are, you run your finger across there and it is ooh smooth. You don't feel anything anywhere. And on the top side too, top side nice and smooth. We went over and we kind of smoothed the neck out. I had a couple of little runs back here, just little ones, and we kind of knocked them down and got it sanded out a little bit, and we got it nice and smooth. I mean, as you can tell, the back of this neck is looking real nice. You know, I mean, I like the skunk stripe. It's looking good. There, got the headstock all straight. Got the logo on there, looking good. And now it's time to. Well, anyways, also what we did is we smoothed out this fretboard some. We went over it and we kind of sanded it down just a little bit. We scraped it just a little bit so that it's nice and flat. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this as smooth as possible. And believe me, it's smooth right now. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to go over it. We're going to make it even smoother. We're going to take a little steel wool and we're going to go, and this is the first step of polishing these frets. So what we're going to do is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these frets with the steel wool and basically just hit the fretboard and the fret and everything like that, and we're just going to kind of just go like this over it. Just go back and forth. This does leave a little bit of steel wool mess, but you know, you want to keep it away from your pickups and stuff if you're doing this on the guitar. We're just going to kind of go over top of it like this. And getting the fretboard too. That fretboard's going to be smooth. So what I'm trying to say is when you play on this sucker, it's going to be, your finger's going to be slipping right off. Alright, because you can see how much shinier that is. Yeah, maybe you can't see too much of a difference right now, I guess. But believe me, take my word for it, it's shiny. What I'm doing is I'm kind of putting my finger right over the top of that fret too, so that I'm getting some pressure on it with my finger. We are going to polish these up real nice. Okay? So I'm going to continue to polish on this, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, I went over the whole neck, steel wool, got these kind of nice and shiny, but they're not shiny enough yet. No. We're going to tighten in a little bit here. Alright, let's see. There we go. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm going to take some of this chrome polish here. And this little doohickey right here, we set that right there on the fret like that. It's a little metal thing. I shake this up really good because all the stuff that does the cutting is in the bottom of the bottle. It all sinks to the bottom. So if I want this to do any cutting, I gotta get that stuff up here. Alright, now what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna put just a little bit of this on the end of my rag. Just like that there. We're just gonna kind of go over these frets. Like that. And oh my gosh, everybody's probably freaking out. He's not got this all taped off and everything like that. What's he gonna do? Well, first of all, I'm using this guard. And second of all, I just went over it with steel wool. This polishing compound is not going to do a dang thing to it. It's water soluble. It's just going to, I'm going to clean it off with some alcohol, and then we're going to condition this fretboard, and it's going to be just fine. It'll look just beautiful, and there'll be no damage done. This ain't my first goat roping. And, I've seen the guys do the taping and stuff. They tape all the fretboard off, stuff like that. It just seemed like a lot of work for nothing. I mean, I started doing my own guitars, and I was like, dude, why am I taping this off? I mean, it's not, that tape's not really protecting it from anything. And it's not like I'm going to sit here and I don't know, drop chemicals on it or something, But anyways, we're just going along here, shining these up real nice. And talking. But they're getting real nice and shiny. See? Okay. Well, I got this one up here still to do. Do the top part. Okay. Oop, there you go, a little bit on there. Alright. This top one. Right, wipe it off. So I don't want to let this stuff dry on there too much, So we're going to go ahead and wipe that off. And I'm wiping it with the frets, not against the frets, so I don't want to pack that stuff in there. Because, it isn't abrasive. We can see how shiny those are. They're looking real nice and shiny. And you can see where we didn't shine them. So that's shiny. And the one next, shiny, not shiny, shiny, and well, really shiny and shiny. Okay, we're gonna make them all shiny, shine, shine, shiny. So you may have a second, and I'll be back when they're all nice and shiny, shiny. All right, you ready to see it? Got it all cleaned up, all polished, all looking beautiful, all set up. Man, it is straight, nice and shiny. But we have one last thing to do, and that is put some coconut oil on it. We'll get a little bit of coconut oil. We'll put that on there. And dig a little bit out. You don't need a whole lot. And I'll tell you what, I've seen guys drench these things down with oil and all kinds of stuff. It sits there in big puddles and soaks in. See, I like coconut oil because look on my finger right now. It's just starting to melt, but it's room temperature. See, room temperature. And that's why I put it in there, because I don't want it to sink in a whole lot. I just want something that's going to hydrate this a little bit on the surface. I just want this wood to have it. I don't want the wood to dry out. So this is something that's safe to put on there. It's not going to, soak in. It's not going to get by the frets. I seen a guy the other day. He went right down the fretboard with his oil. And I'm going, that shit's all puddling up around the frets and stuff, and it's sinking in down there. It's getting under the fret. It's getting down in the box. It's getting down in the fret slot, down in there. And it's not good, man. It's just not good. So anyways, we're going to put this on here. And as you can see, I'm kind of rubbing it in with my finger, So I want to get every place. We're going to rub it in real nice. And I'm trying not to push it into the frets or nothing like that, because I don't want to get it loosened up, But see, the nice thing about this stuff is that it will, room temperature, it's a solid. So it's not still liquid. It doesn't stay liquid all the time, And anyways, we're going to wait a few seconds here. And seeing that this is the first application that it's ever had, we'll probably, I'll let this one sit here. I'm going to let this one sit here for a few minutes. And tell you what, no, I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off. I'm going to go ahead and wipe it off so you can get an idea of what it looks like when we're done. See, like that right there. And then we can go over it again with the other side. Woo, dog. Look at that. Nice and hydrated and smooth. It's just smooth, and that's what a fretboard is supposed to be. Fretboard is supposed to be nice and smooth and just comfortable. And this one is smooth and comfortable. So, you know, you can't argue with that. It's just, it's doing what it's supposed to do. You know? I got to respray the headstock. I got some rubbing alcohol on the headstock, I think, and it made a little spot because this is fresh paint. You know, and I got to be careful with it. So, but, yeah, it's looking real good. And what I'll do is you know, another thing I like to do too is after I put a little oil in it, I'll rub it with my finger. I don't know what that does. It just sort of like reheats the oil a little bit, you know, and it shoves it down in all them little cracks, you know, or any place. It just, I don't know. It does something. I kind of like it. And I'll go back and wipe it off one more time, you know, just like that with my finger. It's just the stupid little things that I do sometimes, you know, the things that I come across. I go, oh, you know, look at that. When I rub my finger across that, looks real nice, you know. It does a good job. Oh. I'm going to go back over it with a rag one more time, you know. And I'll probably wait a little while on this one and hit it again with the coconut oil. Hit it one more time before we go ahead and put it together. But this neck is done. We leveled it. We made sure that the frets were completely leveled. Then we, you know, by going over top of it with the leveling beam. Then we crowned the frets because we flattened them out. So we crowned them. We got a point on there, and then we polished the frets, and then we did the fret ends down here where I keep saying where I went ahead and rounded off the fret ends so they're not sharp or sticking out or anything like that. It's nice and smooth across there. We also, what we did is we rolled the fretboard edge here. We roll that over, and what we do is we take like a screwdriver or something like that. You know, take a screwdriver like this, and we just sort of go over the edge like that with it. We press down a little bit, and what it does is just smooth, takes that hard edge off there. You know, we sanded the fretboard down some, and we just basically we're trying to get this thing as smooth and as easy as possible, because that's what we're trying to do, get a nice smooth fretboard. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to give this one more shot of clear across the headstock here, hoping that maybe that decal will disappear just a little bit more. And as soon as we get done with that, we're going to probably start putting the body together and everything like that and getting these things married up. And then we'll give it a nice little setup, put some strings on it. And man, this thing is going to be rocking and rolling here in no time. So what do you say? I got to go take care of a few things, but I'm going to go spray this and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, folks. Did a lot of work on this thing, but we got it together. We got the body all together. The wiring was supposed to be push-pull, or push-push, you know, but it wasn't happening with the two pickups, and I don't know what the wiring with these was, because these are not brand new pickups. They're used, and I wasn't sure what was going on. I looked everywhere I could find, and I ended up wiring them a certain way, and well, they work just fine, but there's no push-pull. So, you know, you get full-on pickups. That's what you get. You can't split them. But anyway, I think it turned out real nice. We got the gold hardware on there, the little white knob switch there, and you know, this is a really nice body by XGP. This says XGP. You know, it's a real nice body. Only thing I had to do is I had to drill the holes for the output, you know, piece there, and I had to drill a hole through here for the little ground wire that goes up to the bridge. And I'll probably have to drill out these right here. But what we're going to do is we're going to get ready to marry this thing. We're going to get the, you know, say I do's and stuff like that, you know, for better or for worse. And we're going to try to get this neck on it and see if we can get it as one guitar, okay? So I'm going to go try to get the neck, and I'll be right back. Well, we're back. Guess what? I'm going to widen out a little bit. Oh, I am widening out. Look at this. Well, bam. We got a neck on it, baby. It's looking good. And look at what we put a knob on there. A little nice little volume knob from a Fender. Look at that color just shining. Man, we're ready to put some strings on this thing. We got the neck just perfect. And it sat in there like it was meant to be, baby. It just right in a nice and tight way it's supposed to. Nice. We got to put some tuners on it. We got to put the string trees on it. Look at the finish on that head. Woo! Ha ha! Yeah, look at that. Back of this sucker's looking real nice. And man, we went over it and we got this neck. So that it's just perfect. And look at that. Can you see that? Nice. Nice. Fender. Right there. It escapes me what you call these. The neck plate. We got to put some grommets in there. We got some gold grommets to go in there. That's the next step. We're going to get this thing strung up. We're going to get it a setup. We gave it another coat of coconut oil across the top there, across the fretboard. Man, that thing's looking good. It is oh so smooth. Well, we're to that point. We're going to put some grommets in it. Put some strings on it. Put some tuners on it. And when I'm ready to put some strings on it, I'll be back. All right, you ready to take a look at it? Oh, man, look at this thing. Woo, dog. We got the body and the neck all together. We got some tuners on it. Look at them tuners. Oh, and they're staggered. And he's got the Fender branded tuners on the back there. Look how nice them look. Man, the only thing this thing is missing from being original is having a serial number on it. You know, we put prototype on there, right? Look at the back there. Those grommets went on. Oh, nice. Man, everything's ready for strings. So when I get ready to put some strings on, I'll be right back. All right, here we are, folks. And I am ready to put some strings on this thing. We're ready to start the setup. We've got everything taken care of. You know, everything is good to go. It's all been taken, you know, ready to go. And, you know, 9 through 42s, Ernie balls are standard string for Mojo shop guitar, but he wanted a pair of 10s on there. So we got him a pair of 10s. Got him the Ernie ball classic rock and roll 10 through 46. So we're going to go ahead and put these on right now. And I think he's going to like these strings right here. Let me see if we can get a little something to tear open the package with. There we go. Get them all out. Got the garbage can handy right there. And we'll start off with number 46, the big fat one. There we go. And we're basically just going to go in from the back here, on up through the hole. Pull it nice and tight. Make sure she went in. Okay, she went in. Okay. That's how we do it around here. I'm going to move this down a little bit so you can get to take a look at this here. So move that down a bit there. Here we go. Okay, what we're going to do here, and we'll tighten it a little bit. Alright. And if we ever get the camera angle right. Okay, here we go. I think we're in the ballpark now anyway. Okay. Pull that up through there real good. So make sure it's through the hole. And then we're just going to go right here like this. And what I usually do is try to do is I measure from about here on my finger to the end of the string there. You know, it gives you a couple winds. That's all you want on there is a couple winds. So I'll put it right there. And we're going to make sure these are locking tuners. So we're going to make sure all the locks are good and open. There we go. Now, because these are locking tuners, I'm not going to treat these any different than a regular old pair of tuners. We're going to string these things up, and then once we get it all where we want it, then we're going to put the tighten them down, lock them down. See, all right, I got that right there. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to come around here like this. Whoops, wrong way, wrong way. And we're going to go around like this. One string right around there like that, and then we pull this up. And then we get our old string winder out here, and we're going to wind this string up. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing down on the string down here, because I want it to go underneath the other string. So you got one string over, one string, and then the rest under. That's how we do it. And we're just going to get it so that it's got some tension on it, just a little bit of tension, not much. And I do want to wheel it around just a little bit so it's easier to cut it off. And we're going to go right in like that. And I'll see, when I go to cut this off, when I go to cut this string off, okay? See this pair of pliers? Or this pair of wire cutters? I like the bigger ones because they, you know, I don't have to fool around with it. But see how it's in on this side and it's flat on this side? That's your cutting edge. I want to put this edge right here towards the post. So I'm going to put that up against there so I get a nice clean cut right down there. And if you can see that, I mean, it's barely sticking out right there, just a little tiny bit. You don't want the end of the string, so you want to be able to rub your hands across there. You don't want the end of the string sticking up, because if you stick it in a case or a gig bag or something, it's going to start tearing up the gig bag. It's going to start, you know, and then it's not good. Not good. Okay? And I'm going to save these little string ends right here. And I might be using those a little bit later for the nut. I want to make sure that everything is right through there and everything's kosher, okay? So anyway, we're going to continue to do all 6 of these strings just like that. And when I get done putting some strings on it, we'll be on to the next thing. Alright, as you can see, we have some strings on this thing. Oh, look at that. It's got strings now. It's official. It's a guitar, you know. But first thing we got to do is we got to set the string. We're going to set the string height, okay? So, we'll get out my crusty dusty string gauge dinger, if I can find it. Aha, there it is. Oh, that ain't it. Right here. And I need that one too, but there it is. And this is supposed to be more organized. But anyways, I guess we'll just go with this one here. Okay, we're going to go for about 1.8 millimeters up here at the, there we got everything in shot. Alright, we're at the 12th fret here. We're at the 12th fret right here. We're going to see what we got here, and we're going to raise this saddle up. And first of all, I want to make sure that I got it down all the way and equal and flat. I want to make sure that this saddle, oh man, we'll zoom in on that because I think that's where most of the action is going to be. We'll tighten right in, but and then we'll slide on over like that right there, baby. Okay. Right. Anyway, we'll tighten in a little bit more. Whoa. All right, how's that? Excuse me. And if I move my coffee cup, I can slide this down so it's right in there. Okay, good. Okay, what I'm doing is right here where, what was that? About the other end. Oh, down here. Oh, we're down here. Okay, all right, here we go. I'll get it right, guys. All right, down here on the 6th string. I want this to be right flat on the deck right there. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise these up equal turns until we get to the right height. And so that way the saddle is still setting flat and square by the time I get it up there. Because if it's flat and square against that deck, then I can, and what I'll do is I'll just sort of give it a little turn until I feel it touch. Okay? That way I know that both of them are starting. I see that one's loose, you can tell. And it starts to hit right there. Okay, so I know I gotta go up quite a ways, so I'm gonna give this at least 2 turns. So just go 1, 2, and then I'll give this one 2 turns. See, 1, 2, and then I'll take a measurement. Still got a ways to go. Still it's got to go 2 more. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. Let's see where we're at with that. Now that is in the neighborhood right there. Alright, I am in the neighborhood right there, okay? So what I want to do here is I'm going to raise it up just about another 1/4 of a turn. Maybe half turn each, okay? Half turn each. And let's see where that puts me. I think that's more friendly right there. Okay, now we're going to go over to the other side. And let me see. I can find my piece over here. Well, it looks like it's missing an action. So gonna have to go with this piece that I got already here. Okay? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing over on this side. And we're gonna raise this one up. We're gonna get it level, get it raised up. So that's right there, starting to push. That's already starting to push, so we're gonna give it 2 turns. 1, 2. This one 2 turns. 1 into 2. See, now that keeps it nice and level. Now, and that is sad. I can't find my piece. Ah, there it is. Oh, I found it. Okay, here. See, I have a certain piece for this side. Now let's try the string. Okay, we're gonna go up another 1 turn. 1. 1. Okay. All right. And we'll try this one more time. All right. See, now what I want to do is I want to tighten the string up a little bit. So it's more of a playing tension. Okay. Because once everything gets tension on it and stuff, it's going to have a little more stuff to it. Okay, so let's try it right here. Whoops, not that one. All right, I like that right there. That sounds good. And what's this one doing? That might be a little bit tight, but I'm not worried about it. I think it's going to be all right. Well, am I even getting this? I hope so. Oh, anyway, let me tighten it. Let me widen out. Sometimes my camera skills are not all they should be. Let's just go back here like this. We'll wide now. Okay, all right. Here we are, back at Comedy Central. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I got the outside string heights in the neighborhood. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my good old crusty trusty radius gauge that I think I already put away, which I did. So I got to dig it out. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to radius these 9.5 right there, bam. We're going to radius the bridge. And what we did is we established our outside string height here, you know. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this string height, or this radius gauge, we're going to put it on the ends of those strings right there, and we're going to raise up all these strings so that, and I'm going to use my tiny little thin feeler gauge here, the one we use on the neck, and I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to slide this, try to slide this underneath each one of those strings. And when I can't slide it underneath the string, that way I know that these strings are a perfect radius. Let me get this right back. All right, folks, we got it. I went through and we got, show you what we got. What we do is we want the strings, the surface of the strings, to be smooth across the top so the strings are all at the same level, but we want them to be the same radius as the fretboard, okay? So that's why we use the radius tool across the top here, and a little feeler gauge. See, we put that right down there, like that. You can see it, right down there. And we're just going to try to slide underneath the string. Nope, don't slide underneath that one, or that one, or that one, or that one, or that one. So we're good to go. So what we're going to do now is we have the strings perfectly radiused. We have the string height set. Now what we got to do is we're going to go ahead and tune it up. And we'll get it tuned up. Let's get the strings stretched. You know how we do that. We go ahead and we take the strings and we just sort of give them a good yank like that. Get it tuned up. We get it tuned up across the front. Then we give them all a good stretch like that. Give them all ooh, 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 so they all get seated in there and everything gets stretched out. And then we tune it back up again. And then we'll stretch it again. And we'll tune it and stretch it and tune it and stretch it and tune it and stretch it until we can't take any more stretch out of it. It doesn't stretch anymore. So that we go through, we stretch it, and when we come back, it's still in tune. That's how we know we got all the stretch out of the strings. It's important to do that so that your guitar stays in tune. All my guitars, and when they get done, you know, over time, when you go to tune them up to play them, man, they are just, you know, it's just got to go a little tiny bit to be in tune. It's not very far out at all. You know, you barely have to touch the tuner. All right? So, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to stretch them, and we're going to get them all tuned up. So, let me see. I'm going to widen back out here, okay? Yeah, see? Let's see. Listen. We get some noise out of it, and then we'll check the playing height and all that kind of good stuff. So, when I get done with that, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. We've got everything done. This guitar is done. Tell you what we did. You know, after we set the radius on here, we went ahead and checked over everything. We put the string trees on there. Don't they look beautiful? Look at that headstock, man. Look at that. You know, we put, you know, we cut the nut. See, what we do is we cut the nut slot down until the first 3 notes up here play perfectly in tune. So we keep the tuner on it. And you know, when I got it, they were all, the first 3 notes were all playing sharp. So we cut the nut slot down, cut the slot down a little bit lower, get the string down a little lower, and pretty soon we get it to the right height. So when you press down on the first string, it plays perfectly in tune. And then when you have the intonation done, we set the intonation on it too. You know, adjusted the saddles and stuff like that, the distance on the saddles. And we got the intonation perfect. We got it playing perfect on all the first 3 notes right here, which basically makes it so that every note on this whole guitar plays perfectly in tune. I mean, you pick any note, play this note right here, bam, it's gonna bloop right there on the tuner's just gonna go right straight to being in tune. And that's the whole beauty and the whole magic of it. Another thing that we did is these posts down here, these adjustable posts down here, we radiused those posts to the radius of the fretboard so that each post is exactly the same height distance away from each string. And then what we do is we go through and we play it, and we make sure that the strength of each pickup here is playing at about the same volume, I guess you could say. You know, this one's not way louder than this one is, you know. So we you know, maybe this one's loud, this one's a hot one, and this one's not so hot. So we take this one down a little bit, bring this one up a little bit, you know, so that so they get a nice blend, okay? So that's one of the things we did. You know, we went over the neck, we did everything to that. We got it all, you know, beautiful on the back. I mean, this is, you know, a big build for Mojo Shop Guitar. And, well, I think it's time to go give it a try and see how it sounds. So, what do you say we do that next? All right, well, here we are, folks. Man, oh, Mojo Shop's the special moment. We're going to unveil this thing. Look at it. Look, we got a case. Hey, it's a case, right? Yeah. Nice, nice, nice. See, you didn't have no case with it. But we got a gator case. I had a gator case. You know, this thing needs a case. Can't just send this thing out the door like that. So, anyways, we'll start over here on this side with a little, look at that. Pam. Yeah. Love that sound. Yeah, there we go. Okay, you guys ready? Dun, 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 dun. There she is. Whoo, dog. Looky there, looky there. It's really got a little iridescence off that. Look at that. That's badass. I don't care where you're from. Look at that. Ooh, dog. Man, you don't think this is special? Yeah, this thing's all kinds of special. And it's been mojofied. I mean, it's, you know, it's playing perfect. Every single note plays perfectly up and down that neck. Look at that. We're getting up here to this beautiful headstock. Ooh, dog. Look at that. And we cut that nut just perfect. Look at the shiny frets. That fretboard has had everything done to it known to man. And you know what makes it really, puts the extra coup de grace on the whole thing? Just look at this right here. What is that? What do we have there? Why, that's a Mojo Shop Guitar sticker. That means it's official. It means it's been turned into something that's, well, far above other guitars. I mean, it's special. I mean, you know, you could take a look at it, you pick up a guitar and it's got a Mojo Shop sticker on it, you know it's something special. You know it's going to be right on. Dead money. It's going to do what you want it to do. Look at that from that direction. Oh my. Ooh, dog. Tell you what, we've looked at it enough. How about we see how it sounds? Or hear how it sounds. Yeah, that's even better, isn't it? Alright, well here she is, folks. On all her glory. First time we're going to play it. Well, not the first time it's being played, but first time on YouTube. Let's see what she sounds like. Here we go. We'll do the... First of all, you can hear there's nothing. Nice and quiet. Let's turn it up a little bit. We do have it on some distortion, so... Alright, we're going to try this bottom pickup here. Let's crank it up. Yeah, let's try the middle there. It mellows out a little bit. See what it sounds like, a little bit of lead out there. Let's try it up here at the top of the neck pickup. It's kind of mellower. Hear that pure tone. Let's try it in the middle there. See, it kind of mellowed out a little bit, didn't it? Enough of that. So yeah, it's you know, not too bad. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Another beautiful guitar, sounds good, plays good, man, everything's good about it. You know, this is the kind of guitar that can get in a professional guitar player's hands and, you know, he'd be like, oh damn, I like it, you know? It really is where it needs to. It's a Mojo Shop, baby. We're going to say adios for now from Mojo Shop Guitar.